Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to make a quick video on some tips and tricks that I've picked up while making vinyl stickers and all of that. This will also work for pretty much anything that has to do with vinyl, even heat press type stuff, and anything else you can think of that has to do with the vinyl machine. These are just things that have helped me and could also probably benefit you guys. And these are also a couple things that I purchased that have benefited me for the better to be more efficient in doing anything vinyl related. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope this helps a lot of you guys out. First things first, when vinyl cutting, it's really hard to see sometimes some of the areas that you've cut out. So getting a good light, getting sufficient light to use so that you can see what you're doing is very important. This lamp right here, which I use literally for everything, it has a bunch of different modes. It has like a reading mode where the light goes a little dimmer and you can adjust the dimming and whatnot. It has a like a work mode, I don't know what that is, and then a nighttime mode, which is like a night light, I guess. You can get it like really dim. But yeah, this thing is literally the most awesome investment I've ever made. It's made by eTech City, and I purchased this off Amazon for about $30, and this investment was by far one of my favorites. All right, so one of the other things that is super helpful to me is this right here. This is basically just like a cutter. It has like a little blade right here at the bottom. Let's see if you can see that right there at the bottom. And you line things up right here at the bottom, and you could just cut them straight. This is just good to get all the excess transfer paper out of the way, and this helps a lot. This is also on Amazon. I'll probably link all these things down below, but this is also on Amazon for about $10 or so. Another thing that I definitely recommend for vinyl cutting is just to have a good pair of scissors on hand. You don't want to use your mom's scissors or your kitchen scissors in that case. This is literally just from Walmart, and I definitely recommend having some just scissors that are sharp so that you can cut off excess vinyl. Definitely invest in some good scissors. Another thing that I use that's a real big tool for me is pretty much a squeegee. This is these squeegees are basically used more for like wrapping cars and stuff like this, but this helps me a lot when laying down transfer paper, just to get the transfer paper to stick to the vinyl. It also helps when applying things to cars. Instead of just rubbing it with your fingers, you can go ahead and use this squeegee, and this helps a lot. You can pick this up on Amazon for about, I think, $4. Another really important tool that I use this for every single project that I ever do when I'm using anything vinyl related is pretty much this X-Acto knife. X-Acto knives, they come in a bunch of different brands and whatnot, but X-Acto knives are probably the most essential thing in vinyl cutting that there is. I use this to weed out vinyl, any designs. I use this to weed that out. So I definitely recommend picking up an X-Acto knife, not only for weeding out objects, but also it's a good cutting device if you need to cut around something. Also, it's very important to keep a sharp blade on this. You don't want to have a dull blade and then just end up ruining a design. Also, this comes in handy if you ever mess up a design, or let's say your machine didn't end up cutting a certain square or something. If you're okay with your hands, you can cut a vinyl piece out and make it fit and work for that design instead of having to trash the whole design. As for vinyls, you can go ahead and order all of this Oracle. Oracle has their own page on Amazon, and you literally can order. I usually order about 6 feet to 10 feet of vinyl. It depends. It all depends on how much vinyl I'm going to be using. But this vinyl that I'm using is the Oracle, let's see, focus, Oracle 651. This vinyl isn't very expensive at all. A roll like this could cost you anywhere from $6 to $8, maybe even 10 at most, for about 6 to 10 feet, and that's efficient for a lot of stickers, as long as they're not huge. So I definitely recommend this vinyl. I use it for just about anything, and yeah, it's all around just good vinyl. As for transfer paper, the transfer paper that I use, which I'm running low on, is the Best Crafts transfer paper. That's grid like. I also have used the clear, this is the paper transfer paper, but there's also like a transfer vinyl, I guess you could say, which is clear and also does the same thing. Another thing that really helps is just becoming more efficient on Silhouette Studio itself or any other software that you may have. It's just important to know how to position the sticker that you're going to be making onto the vinyl. So for example, I'll show you what I mean. So for example, let's say we're going to be cutting out this pizza slice, right? But let's say I have to make about 4 designs of the same thing, and let's say they're going to be the same color. So if we're going to print these in white, let's say, you want to be as efficient as possible and basically just print these out side by side as close together as you can, so that you can use the most or use the least amount of vinyl as possible. So we're going to go over here to the right panel, and we're going to go, where is it at? Right here to the replicate, which is right at this one right here. It'll say open the replicate panel. You can click on it and then go right here on these little options to the right, and basically you can go ahead and it'll say, oh, rows and columns, and you can get 2 more. So if you want 2 more, you can put 2 more there. But what I'm saying is, as you can see here, it's gonna print these out as spaced out because it's gonna line them up by the end of the boxes here. But you can go ahead and stack them and move them closer to each other, even turn them. The software told you could only put 3, but now you just fit in 4, right? So this works really good if you want to keep the vinyl usage to a minimum. But again, you have to be careful with how you're going to be cutting these. Make sure that you're okay, you know, cutting around, making them, they're going to be kind of weird shapes, but if that's okay, that's okay. If you want to leave them square, then go ahead and just go back to the original style of how they were laid out, and then you'll be able to make square cuts. But yeah, those are just a couple tips and tricks that I've learned just to make yourself more efficient. So let's say you have 4 different stickers that you have to make. They're all different, but they're all going to be white. Don't try to make different files for each of them, because it's just going to be a waste of time when you could just cut one time and it'll be over. So like, let's say you got to create like this this pizza slice, but you also have to make something else, but you know they're going to be the same color. So then again, you can go ahead and open another design, like let's say this 1-up design. Let's say you're going to do the 1-up and then you're going to do the pizza slice. If they're both going to be the same color, just go ahead and put them on the same thing. So when you cut once and you're done. So that's also another cool tip and trick. Anything else is pretty much just trial and error, going through these settings and things like that. You can find out how to do a bunch of stuff. If you guys need any help on anything else, please just go ahead and let me know down below, and I'll be more than willing to help you guys out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.